In your morning consumer news, hidden fees on concert tickets and vacation rentals will be harder to hide starting next week. The Federal Trade Commission's new rules require businesses to display total prices up front. That means no more surprise cleaning fees when you book an Airbnb or last-minute processing charges when you check out. Companies must now clearly explain what each fee covers instead of using those vague terms like convenience or service charges. The Department of Education, meanwhile, is threatening to withhold federal aid to colleges and universities that have high levels of students in default on their student loans. Education Secretary Linda McMahon urged colleges to reach out to all former students to remind them of their financial obligations. She goes on to say institutions could lose access to federal student aid if they aren't proactive. And President Trump says he wants pharmaceutical companies to make more of their drugs in the U.S. The executive order that he signed will streamline the process, he says, for pharmaceutical companies to build plants in the United States. The president promises to address high medication costs next week and has previously threatened tariffs on imported drugs. Industry experts warn those policies could actually increase prices and worsen shortages. Peak season is upon us for all things floral. Mother's Day, graduations, weddings, and while the U.S. does grow some of its own flowers, the bulk of blooms come from overseas and so are therefore subject to tariffs. There's concern that extra cost could wilt your budget. Michael George takes a closer look.
We get flowers from Ecuador, Colombia, Canada, Thailand, Holland.
Chances are the stems in your favorite bouquet have traveled. And these days, that likely means a tariff.
We're going to do the best we can to sort of keep those prices where they need to be, but people can definitely expect to be paying a little bit more.
80% of flowers consumed in the United States are grown elsewhere. Last year, the U.S. imported $2.2 billion worth of cut flowers and greens, the bulk of it from South America.
The fact that they can grow year-round gave them a natural advantage.
Kate Penn is CEO of the Society of American Florists. She says domestically, small growers, many of them an acre or less, have flourished since the pandemic, selling at farmers markets and to a blossoming wedding industry.
The consumer does want to buy local, especially brides. They love to be able to have local flowers featured.
But even small growers like Moonshot Farm here in East Windsor, New Jersey, aren't immune to the fallout from tariffs.
The bulbs that we grow these from are imported from Italy and Holland.
Farmer Rebecca Kutzer-Rice says she just received her first few shipments to be hit with 10% tariffs.
We're estimating it could cost our small business anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 a year, which for a small farm is almost the equivalent of like a salary of another employee.
Industry experts say consumers can still get what they want. Just set a budget and let the florist work their magic.
There literally are countless substitutions, and florists are just masters at creating something that's still going to make a big impact.
A rosy outlook, even with the added cost of tariffs.